Hello, hello. Welcome to North Star Stamper. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. I'm Susan Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota. And there I have found myself on my computer. Oh, I need to move this up a little bit, don't I? So welcome. These are all the places, or some of the places you can find me online. You are obviously either found me on Facebook or YouTube, so you know that I go by North Star Stamper, both in my Stampin' Up! Shop and my personal website that I maintain. And to contact me, I'm Susan at northstarstamper.com. So let me know if you have questions, if I can help you with anything. If you can't figure something out, let's say you saw something online, a card you want to make, and you want to figure out how to make it, those are my absolute most favorite things to do, are figuring out how to make something that I've seen somewhere else. I used to spend hours looking at our catalogs. Even when I first got my catalog, oh my gosh, it's been almost 28 years. In January, I will have seen my first Stampin' Up! Catalog 28 years ago in January. Whoa, that's a long time ago. So that's how long I've been stamping. Anyway, we are talking about retiring products. So this is retiring, and it's on sale. I think it's $8. I love this stamp set. You've seen me use it a lot, the Heartfelt Hexagon. It has a coordinating punch. The Heartfelt Hexagon punch. This is not retiring. The punch is not retiring, but the stamp set is. And then, sorry, it's in the wrapper. The Regal Winter Designer Series paper is also retiring, and this is on sale a little bit, like 10%. So, but hey, you can save 10%, save 10%. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for joining me today. I'm waiting to see if my mom and dad join us tonight. I did not contact them or remind them, and they are probably watching a football game, but I'll go ahead and tell the story anyway. Can you see my sweat top here? I got this for Christmas. I know it's sideways for you, but it's got Winnie the Pooh, and it says, "Be at one with nature with a bee." That's one sleeve, and my other sleeve has Winnie the Pooh, Happy Thoughts. And then on the body of my sweatshirt is a 9-inch appliqued Winnie the Pooh. So the story goes that when I was 5, I wouldn't stop sucking my thumb, so my parents bribed me with a stuffed animal of Winnie the Pooh. He is up in the corner. Had I thought of it more than 2 minutes before I went live, I would have brought him down. He was well loved when I was a kid. I believe he went to college with me, but he sat on the shelf just to remind me of home. That's how I remember it. So, Mom and Dad, if you hear that story, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I remember it. So, that's the story behind my Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt. And I'll share that Thomas, our youngest, bought me a University of Minnesota t-shirt that has Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, and Eeyore. So, that was kind of fun. So, thank you, Kathy. This is the first time I've worn it. Winnie the Pooh is my favorite. So anyway, back to card making. So this is the kind of card we're making today. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't we make this one together? No, this was a team. But I think I've made one like this with you before. It's that time of year. It's that time of, well, we have it many times of the year where we're about to retire paper, and I like to use it rather than just hoarding it. So I like to come up with designs that use a lot of paper. This one I changed a little bit from the one I just showed you. So this is the one we're going to make today with a different color scheme. So, and again, using the Hope You Know and the Heartfelt Hexagon. So, okay. We are starting with a piece of patterned paper. Let me get my cheat sheet here, and I'll try to remember to put these dimensions in the video description. I am actually going 5 1/4 by 12. I like the 12, that's the full of the pattern paper, but I'm going 5 1/4 because you can see I put it on a card base just to give it a little more strength and make it a little more sturdy. So 5 1/4 by 12. This is pretty easy. We're going to score. Make sure I score. Don't cut, right? That would, I do have more paper. Obviously, I could try again. But, okay. 5 1/4 by 12. And we're going to score at, oh, I almost cut it, 2, 5, 28. You can see I'm going several times here, but I am not pushing very hard because I don't want to cut through my paper. So 2, 5, and 8. Those are pretty easy numbers there. So we're going to Z-fold it. Oh, wait, we have to decide. Well, I can fold it and then we can decide. So fold it back. This is cherry cobbler. It looks really red to me, like real red, but when I grab my cherry cobbler ribbon, it matches perfectly. So it really is cherry cobbler. So do we like it this way? And on this card, I am going to adhere this down so it's a Z-fold, like, or a Z-fold, like this. So this is one, or we can turn it over and just go the other way. I kind of like that. You see more of the flowers. I will put a layer on the inside to cover most of that up, but you will see this here. So we're going to go this way. And then I have all my colors here ready to go. Hello, Alma. Thank you for joining today. Happy New Year. It was fun to see you on Saturday at the family gathering. Your grandkids are adorable. Alma has 4 grandkids, and so they're just so much fun. But I will say, it was very noisy. They weren't the only ones there. There were 10 of them under the age of 11 at our family gathering. So here's a piece of cherry cobbler. I think that goes really nice. So I'm actually going to go ahead and adhere that. I have a brand new bottle of glue, so I'm going to start. Put that away. I'm going to start in the middle of my card because I don't know how runny it's going to be. Oh, not too bad. Then once I know how it's flowing, I'll go out to the, I can go out to the edge of my card. And we're going to go just like this. So this is why I made it 5 1/4, so that I'd have that nice edge all the way around. All right. We're going to go ahead and tie a piece of ribbon in the middle here. And then I'm going to, I just went inside this top flap, the 2-inch flap, and then I'm going to adhere it closed. Because it is designer series paper and it's not specialty paper, this is regular paper, so it's kind of thin. All right, can I make a bow in a live video? It's always a challenge. You should try it sometime, then you'll know what I'm going through. Oh my goodness. Otherwise, we'll do a knot if I can't get this. Here, let me pull that card back up so you have something to look at while I'm tying. I really like that sympathy statement. It's nice and big and gives us a nice focal point. And I think that'll do. Close enough. I do want to fidget with this just a little bit. There we go. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Not perfect, but it'll do. It's handmade, right? All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this closed immediately. Oh, I have a twist in there. You know what? I think it'll be fine because I'm going to put my sentiment right in the middle there. So I'm going to put adhesive all around the edge and then right on my ribbon and next to my ribbon. I want this to stay closed. Straighten it up a little bit before it, there we go. That just looks so bright to me, but it really is cherry cobbler. There we go. We have that so far. Now, while I was waiting for my video to start, waiting for 7:30 Central Time, I went ahead and cut several pieces of white cardstock, and you can see I labeled them. So I have one that's 3 3/4 by 5 that we'll use on the inside, because this is our only 5 1/4. So I'll grab one of those and layer it on the inside. Oh, here I did use a full but here I use that other color. Okay. So that's what that is. And then I have my, well, it's not a scrap. It started as a full sheet. And I'll leave this out. And I already have my stamps on my blocks. I replaced my cherry cobbler, so this is a nice juicy ink pad. And I love my glass mat. Even if you don't have a glass mat, try getting just a piece of glass. You could probably get one at a craft store. It makes my stamping so crisp. I really, really like it. So having a well-inked pad and just a nice smooth surface. I'm going to do this a little different. I'm going to put this in the middle. You can see on this one, I put it near the top, and then I put this little decorative design on the bottom. Let's see if I can fit this decorative on the top and the bottom. I'm going to put it way up. Oh yeah, that looks good. Being photopolymer, I can see exactly where I'm doing it. Oh, there we go. All right, and my punch. Uh-oh, I see smudge there. I do have ink on my fingers. Let me clean that up real quick. All right. Yes, Alma, I love this designer series paper. When I saw it, I immediately thought sympathy cards. So I just lined it up very carefully, and so it doesn't go flying off onto my floor. Turn it over. All right. While I have my ink out, see how I put those in the corner? I thought that was a nice touch. And I actually stamped that after I adhered it. So we are going to pull this out. Yeah, let's clean up here. I'm going to put this right in the corner. And right in the corner. And then I have this very large sentiment, or saying, that says, "May you find peace in the days to come and in the loving thoughts that surround you now." And that's what I have on the inside of my card there. You can see I put it way over at the edge, which it didn't quite need to be. So I'm going to, there we go. So I'm going to move it over just a hair, like that. And am I done? I will probably put that little design on my envelope as well, but I don't know if I have an envelope. I do have an envelope. Look at this. And let's pull this back out. I think I'll put one in the corner on the front, and then maybe the upper corners on the back, on the flap. And I'm going to clean my fingers again. This is going so quick. I do have 2 more cards to make with you using this designer series paper. I had some started, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but it's going quickly. I think having my cardstock ready to go. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just beautiful. Having the cardstock cut and ready to go makes it very quick. So I'm curious, leave me a comment. Do you keep cardstock cut and ready to go like that? I actually have a box on the other side of the room where I used to keep these. I mean, I would cut like a full pack of white cardstock, mostly into 4 by 5 1/4, my usual card layer. But I am liking the smaller layer as well. So there's that. And I have this. But if you notice on my card, where'd it go? I put some layers under there. So let's do that here as well. And I think I want something other than cherry cobbler. And I use the punch. Do we want blue? That might look kind of patriotic. It's the Knight of Navy. This one, I used Fresh Freesia and Blackberry Bliss. And that was Blackberry Bliss ink, by the way. Let's see, do I have... Let's try Cherry Cobbler with it. And here's just a scrap of Cherry Cobbler. Okay. So what I did for this sentiment, I took these two and I cut them in half. Oh, let's see. The small design in the corners adds a real touch of Comfort Classic. It added a tag on there, Kathy. I think she meant a touch of comfort. It just adds a little something that to be honest, I think this is the first time I've used that stamp, which is sad. All right, all right, so here's the hardest part of the card, deciding if I want red and blue or blue and red. That way, layers, or that way. I think I like this way first. So I'm going to put some adhesive there and there. Let's get these out of the way. And I see that my sentiment was not quite. I thought I saw a smudge. So this is a great way to get a layer, whether it is a punch like this, or if you have a die where you don't have nested dies and you want layers, this is a good way to do it. Cut or punch several of them in different colors. I could have used the same color. It would have been kind of neat to do it just in white to add some texture. And then cut them in half. I know you've seen me do this before. That and that. And this is why I adhered this top flat down, because I didn't want people to see the back of my sentiment there. And then dimensionals. So have you discovered my Frugal Friday videos? I think I have 3 of them. Or is it 4 of them? Several of them out there on YouTube. It's just on YouTube. And I'm talking about more ways to use our products. So I think several of them I will in the future talk about scraps. I did one already on scraps. I think I did scraps of, I always say scraps of paper, that is, because I know quilters talk about scraps of, I can't get that to be just right, scraps of fabric. All right. Uh-oh. There we go. I may have to put a glue dot behind that bow to make it stay just the way I want it. But there's our card. Did I do that? I did. And I have the envelope. Where'd it go? To coordinate. And this was our sample card. Again, the pattern paper and this stamp set are retiring. Okay, more ideas with the Designer Series paper. I took 2 pieces of pattern paper. So this is another pattern. Isn't it pretty? Oh, I just love it. And I turned one over. And holding them together, I just cut it at an angle. So it's a version, it's very much like a stamp cut and shuffle, but in this case, I am just doing 2. So there, a top and bottom. And these were the cards that I started with. And I chose different colors to coordinate with them, and I think we'll do the same colors here. I have Blackberry Bliss. These I don't think will finish. I will finish them later and then put them on my blog. I have to get you coming to my blog and see what else I have on there. I've been pretty consistent about sharing the information we get about Paper Pumpkin. So whatever information I have about Paper Pumpkin, usually whether it's cards or something else, and how many cards, and the colors, and kind of the theme. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. I'll share that on my blog at northstarstamper.com, and it's once a quarter. So we've already been told what first quarter 2025 is going to be, and it's kind of fun. The January, so in a Paper Pumpkin, you always get an ink spot, which is a 1-inch ink pad, and so January's is going to be real red. The theme is very much Valentine's Day. I'll be making anniversary cards with it. And then February is going to be Petunia Pop, one of our in colors. So I'm excited to see those cards. And the ink you'll get in February's Paper Pumpkin will be purple. So just line these up. Sorry, these pieces started at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to take, again, I already have these cut, so they're ready to go. I know that these are 4 by 5 1/4 as well. So when I cut, this was 12 by 4, and I cut it down to 4 1/4, or 5 1/4. I had 1.5 inch piece left, so I cut it in half, and I'm going to put that on the inside of my card. No paper's going to waste, and then I don't have scraps, which is kind of fun. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, sorry, I think I'm off. I think I'm off camera. And we'll put that right on the inside. All right, I'm going to do what I tell you not to do. Is adhere this. Oh, there we go. And then stamp on it, right? I'll give you. So hopefully I won't need, what, 6 sympathy cards in the near future. So what I'm going to do, so there's that same sentiment. I'm going to stamp the sentiment on a Post-it note and then donate this card to the card ministry at my local church. And then they sell them in a little coffee shop they have at the church to raise money. The money goes to the women's club at the church. So, and I'll just put a, we're going to keep them simple. I think I just got ink on my finger. While I have all my stamps and all these supplies out, that one I didn't get clean. And while I still like the idea, I'm not tired of these stamps. Do you get tired of stamps? I do. When I've used it a few times, I'm like, okay, enough, moving on. So there's that. And the bunch. Oh, now I really have ink all over my fingers. I have to be careful. Make sure that's dry. I seem to either like really big or really small sentiments. That one needs something, doesn't it? We are going to use, we'll do 2. While I have it here, I'm just going to do the same thing. I punched another piece of white and another piece of Blackberry Bliss. And I don't think I'll put any ribbon on these. Oh, sorry, I'm off camera. Or am I? Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess. Well, you get the idea. There we go. Oh, you're chatting. Sorry, I'm not watching there. And I want to go Blackberry Bliss first. Oh, let's clean up. There. Let's see. Oh, almost commented big group for sure. I think I counted. Were there 37 of us at the Kramer Christmas party? Something like that. It was a lot. Well, Tony and Steve are 2 of the 7, and all 7 of them were there. And all their kids. I think we were only missing 4 people from all of us. There we go. Let that sit for a minute. All right, let me look at your other comments. Oh, Kathy says she always thinks she's going to cut white pieces, but it never happens. Next time you're watching a movie or something like that, or you know you need to get in your craft room or craft area, and you aren't motivated or aren't feeling inspired, that's a perfect time to cut them. All right, I have adhesive all over my glass mat. Clean that off a little bit. I'm just going to put it in the middle. I think that and some gems. Let me grab the gems. They're just right here. I don't normally put a lot of bling on my sympathy cards, but I think this one needs a little something, don't you? Nothing too glitzy. These are adhesive-backed metallic gems that came in copper, light gold, and silver. I have number 8 on here, so I think it is in the annual catalog. And they're 4mm and 5mm. I think the copper is going to be just perfect. And, all right, we're going to use the small ones. Actually not. We're going to use some big ones too. Oh, I like it. And then I'll make sure I include this when I donate it to the church so that they know that it says that inside. And I'll write inside. So there are some ladies that kind of organize us, and they appreciate it when we stamp that so that they don't have to write it out. So I'll do something similar with these. And that's on the inside. And this was my sample. And this is the card we made together. And again, my scoring was my pattern paper. And let's see if I can make this beautiful. There we go. My pattern paper is 5 1/4 by 12, scored at 2, 5, and 8. And then I added just a quarter sheet, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 cardstock on the back to make it a little sturdier. And then that top flap I adhered down so I could put my ribbon inside it. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Happy New Year. Have a safe New Year's Eve tomorrow. And in a week, we can start talking about the mini catalog and the celebration offerings and online exclusives and more scrapbooking products. So, oh, there we go. Thank you for joining me. Let's make sure we don't have any more comments or questions. Thank you, Kathy. She said they turned out nice. Oh, thank you, Alma, for your comment on my videos. And thank you for the hearts, everybody. I appreciate that. Take care. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.